Hello everyone, this is Dan Gramza and welcome to dangramza.com Market Studies for Monday, June 9th. What was interesting about the day structures that we see in the indices, as we talked about in the advanced video, it's the way it began its life. And in Asia, these markets trade 23 hours a day. The Asia session set the tone, even though the fundamentals hadn't come out yet. It really implied a stronger up day than usual. You don't typically see that behavior in front of a report number. But we had a fairly decent close here in the NASDAQ market. If you haven't seen these videos, red means sell, green means buy. A dash line means that's something that happened earlier in the session. So what you see here in the NASDAQ market, the difference between this buy to that sell level, just to give you a feel for it, it's $3,500 a contract. I do look for follow through to the upside, but not a big move on Monday. In the Dow, the same situation applies. In the Russell, the small to mid cap, the difference between this buy and sell level in that market was $830 a contract. Follow through, yes. Big move, no. You got to be cautious there. We're at levels that sellers have come into that market before. In sellers is what we saw in the euro dollar difference between this buy and sell level that occurred previously, $212.50 a contract. Look for an inside day on Monday. And in the, let's get it up here for you, in the Swissy, fundamentally a lot going on in that country, especially with the central bank. Difference between the buy and sell level there, $362.50. I look for an inside day on Monday. In Mr. Yen, also the difference between the buy and sell level there, $275 a contract. Be careful here on the short side. We're approaching levels that we've found buyers before. And in the British pound, interesting structure, dollar difference there, $125 a contract. Don't look for a big day down on Monday in that market. And when it comes to the Canadian dollar, this just traded below its sell level. The dollar difference here in that market, that happened on Friday, was $720 a contract. We look at, and so we do look for follow through, but again, not a big day down. Now, in Bitcoin, this is a market that was struggling. Difference between the buy and sell level there, just to give you a feel for that, that was $13,150 a contract. The difference between this sell down to this buy level here, that was $6,175 a contract. Look for an inside to only slightly higher movement in that market. In the T-notes or 10-year notes, dollar difference between these dashed lines is $93.75 here and $500 a contract on the other two sets of lines that you're looking at. But what do we look for? Down move, yes. Big move down, no. In the bond market, the difference between this buy level and that sell level is $1,062.50. And again, weakness, yes, as yields go up, you look for prices to go down. In gold, the dollar difference from this buy to sell level is $5,000 a contract. Look for continuation down, but again, not a big move. Silver continues its climb to higher prices. Copper, I have my doubts about. Fundamentally, a dollar difference buy to sell level there in that market is $1,500 a contract. Over in crude oil, Here's a market that ignited the afterburners. It's a clean move, clean close. Look for a move to the upside, but a small range on Monday. Be careful here if you're on the long side. The sell to buy to sell level in that market, $660 a contract. In nat gas, we have a lot of nat gas. Structurally, this is what I call a non-symmetrical pullback. It does imply follow through, but look for a small range day on Monday. Dollar difference buy to sell level in that market is $600 a contract. Now, soybeans. We got a mixture of things going on here fundamentally, but yet buyers are still here. How about that? That sell to buy level in that market, $900 a contract. And when we look at corn, the sell to buy level in that market, $350 a contract. Look for a sideways move on Monday and look for a small range up on the wheat market for Monday as well. Well, those are my thoughts for today. Thank you for sharing your day with me. Look forward to being with you again next week. In the meantime, take care.